We should talk now or
Oh
something.
yeah,
It's a commentary.
I really love these little intro bits, you know.
Bung and anything. The little homage to atmosphere at the beginning there, which always been a big influence on my life.
And the Escape from LA, is it?
Oh, this is what Carl did on his computer with his animated, because Carl had started doing all this 3D model. I can't speak. Modelling
Modelling.
stuff.
I was really bung and anything.
It's Nick's house. This is where Nick and Jim lived, allegedly.
This is a hospital room with a Gangs of New York poster.
I'm going to have to interject and say welcome to the director's cast and crew commentary for Darkness of the Leafy Field 3. Present are, of course, Chris Jesus Pie, King,
Hello.
who
I did
directed
stuff.
and pretty much made every part of the movie. We were just in it and held the camera occasionally. We've got Nick Twyford.
Hello.
I think that's your name, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Caroline.
Hello.
Caroline.
That's me with my bad glasses and frizzy hair,
There you
wearing
are.
a badge that says Johnny Short.
And I'm Jim.
And
I'm
that's
not in
Chris
it yet. That's
in-
Chris in the
Oh,
mask.
yeah. The whole story,
Bandages.
of course.
Bandages.
Yeah, this
Flashback.
is
And
the.
there's Sharon.
This
Sharon
is-
couldn't be with us tonight, but she's
Nick
here in
is-
spirit, I'm sure.
We have
That's
to explain the homage here.
Now the entire opening is, of course, in homage to one of the best ever made films from 1983, Night of the Demon. The idea was it had the worst acting I'd ever seen. I went
Which
in.
is why Nick is at this moment going, woo, woo, go away, woo.
Yeah, it wasn't the style of bad acting I wanted, but I liked it, so I thought, why change it? Let them get on with it.
You just said act bad, man.
yeah,
to be
I
fair,
think
we were
we-
like, well, we can all act bad, but we need varying levels.
Yeah, your specific director's notes were not, so
I'll let you do bits of the script as you saw fit. I just wanted it to have the worst, shittest opening possible, so everyone who was watching it was like, this film's going to be terrible. And then just cut it in with something a bit more hard-hitting and
It's
fun.
funny introducing this to everybody because like the first 2 minutes is just me going, just give it a minute, give it a minute, give it a minute.
This is the most lines I get in the entire film in this
That is
section.
the only line.
Yeah,
you
because
get.
the rest of the film I'm Tallulah. Here I'm being Doctor Number 2 or whatever I am.
Yes. I like the fact that I wrapped up in the bandages before we even started shooting by about 2 hours. So I was wandering around the house like that.
It's Nick!
This was a great day. We just had to run around and I just had to sort of zombie out and stuff.
Your head was aching for how much I made you shake around.
Yeah.
It's obsessed by Japanese horror films. Absolutely.
Well, we
over
were
the
going
top.
through that whole phase, weren't we? Where like Ju-on and Dark Water and all
Yeah,
that
there's
were
a
like
lot of-
really a big influence on us.
Yeah, if they're not like got long hair, then they're shaking their head around a lot. Like
This was really fun, just running around and just like kicking the
Bouncing into
leaves and
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like Nick, run here. This looks pretty.
it was great because I
Oh,
mean,
is
like,
that-
Kick the leaves.
yeah,
You've
well,
gotta
it
love
was-
the kick the leaves.
I liked having a big role in this one as well. You know, it's just a bit more fun rather because I really hated my character number 2. He's like the most pathetic little twat. So.
That's half the fun.
I know. I
Someone-
didn't get to do anything fun. Not like this. This was just silly.
This
Watch
way just
it.
let you run
You get
for
so
hours.
tired if you watch
I just
it.
sort of step in a second. Check it out. There you
Oh,
go.
not
Yeah.
good, not good.
Just to note, Des McCarthy did the music for Night of the Demon because I doubt anyone will get that joke ever, except me.
I'm surprised. Did you put Graham Lavelle in there?
Casting voluntary.
Yeah, we did kind of give of our own lives and souls to be in this
It
movie.
was given. I came with warnings.
Robin.
Yeah. So you're getting all the
Robin.
Robin couldn't be here either. He's,
No,
in
he's
A
in
Midsummer
Yorkshire.
Night's Dream.
He's actually an actor, so
He's
He's
actually
an
acting.
actual actor.
It's Carl, who will be
This
here
was
tomorrow
great.
morning.
This was like a whole other Japanese horror
This
tribute,
is
wasn't
the
it?
first,
let's just get out of my
I'm
system,
actually
mate.
there
You
in
know?
but this is the
background,
first
you
shot
can't
of
really
our
see
house where everybody lived in the,
This is great, the
university.
It's just show you the house that this whole film set in. There's something a bit wrong with it. Let's just say.
The lighting in this was really good though.
This
'Cause it
is
was
the
all really
creepy
stark
opening.
contrasts and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember Mamps, you know, our housemate, and that she got really creeped out by this because she's a massive wuss, and it's just the fact it actually affected somebody. I thought it was cool, but like there's stuff going on in the background there with me playing guitar.
That was just Project Zero. There's this bit where you just see a little old woman playing a banjo and the light turns off, and it made me shit myself. They're just sticking too many horror. Every shot must have something scary in it.
It's
No,
good.
no, I
This
shouldn't
is
do.
Jim in the duvet,
Well,
which
it's-
is
No, it's
terrifying.
Robin in
Oh,
the
is that
duvet.
Robin?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought- I
Robin
always
Hanrahan.
thought that was
Who
you.
can tell?
Well, that's the thing is every shot in this.
It's
is
probably Lord
scary.
Lucas.
I've always thought that was Jim. There you
No,
go.
no.
Learn something new.
'Cause every shot in this has got something creepy, like the shadow there and all that. It's like
Yeah.
you actually miss so much of it because it's so rich.
Dark.
Yeah, and
but
dark. yeah,
Me.
dog's pretty much descriptive as well.
Scary Caroline. Chris's obsession with Japanese horror meant I had to be Sadako from The Ring.
Every time you
Yeah,
came into the
perfect
bedroom, I was like, I get to sleep with Sadako. Alright. So, yeah, get it in there. You did say,
Giggity,
I was gonna,
Giggity, giggity.
I was gonna reverse you, but I didn't need to. You're so fucking angular. Kind of creepy. This is my. I like people who realize every horror film they
This
come in
is-
so slowly.
This is the creepy Akira music as well, isn't it? in the
Yeah,
background?
the-
This
but
was
no, where the little-
fantastic.
Yeah, the
Bidding,
little
bidding,
toy fucking car climbs up and turns to milk.
That's
Yeah, that
weird.
doesn't confuse anybody.
Thank God you didn't make us turn to milk. That would have been difficult.
Or milk me or anything.
There's the
That's
creepy
some-
makeup.
I like
Proper
the
good
creepy
makeup,
face. You
actually.
see some of your eye there as well.
It's very cool makeup effect. That.
Now, have you changed the her sliding down the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm
that
not
was pretty
gliding
funny
down
before.
it anymore. No, it's actually trying to be spooky now.
Yeah, she walks down it properly. It's an old take that I really like, but because I put like about 3 minutes into making a crap effect, I was like, but I've made an effect now.
You had it
Spent
fade
time.
out originally, like here.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't know what to do with her really, because he just
Yeah,
had to run
once she
outside.
stands up,
Keep
you're not
wiggling
quite sure
your
what to do.
fingers.
Are you?
Yeah.
Chris is saying, just
Oh,
keep
there it
wiggling
is.
your fingers. Oh no, I am.
That's brilliant.
And why did I have plasters on my feet?
I don't know.
No, because it was from one of the scenes where you
Oh,
kept
here
making
we
me
go.
crawl
This
backwards
is-
across
this
the
is
floor, and I'd
our
actually grazed my
carpet
feet
there.
from
There
doing
we
it.
go.
Oh, the big stunt.
special
This is
effect.
all the budget gone here from
There
the
we
back
go.
of the shed.
That's
This
me in the
was-
doorway with the gas mask
Try and
on.
build some tension. knowing
What's
good
the
effects.
making of? for
Bang!
this?
It was
Yeah,
great
Yeah, I
because
did actually
when
punch
we
through that
filmed
door.
this,
That
it
was
was
quite
quite
awful.
late in the evening. There was loads of chavvy kids outside.
We get one of the kids pop
And
up
they-
in the corner in the
yeah,
shop.
and you
Don't
hit.
think that I actually tore that door off its hinges. I'm not that strong. It was already removed.
We did have a spare
There's
door.
that.
The
Some
kid,
little
there's the
kids.
kid in the corner. Yeah, we became the most popular
There's
kids
me again.
in the
I
town
actually-
then.
we
It's just
did.
like,
We
these kids
truly
might have
loved-
futures and don't just hock and fucking beat people.
Oh yeah,
That's
Jim
me
was
with the
man
eyes,
with
with
weird
the
eyes.
cigarette. Man with weird eyes, and
We
I'm
never
going
actually
to
see
smoke a
again.
cigarette.
We don't need to see again.
Where's
I just love characters with sprungy eyeballs, like
Why
having a
does Nick just
Simpsons.
jump over the
This
wall?
commentary
'Cause
is
he's
going to be
come to
very
find
busy,
you.
isn't it? There's so much happening. Slap.
You've got to slap a
That
black man. It's a
slap's
forbidden rule.
hilarious.
So.
Oh, this has one of my favourite comedy moments at the end of this scene where you tell him he's picked the wrong house.
Yeah,
I
it's-
love that,
Cole
'cause-
did it earlier in the day, and I
House,
just couldn't stop laughing. Get out of my head. I went, please do that.
It's
again."
just it's so funny because you think he's in the bed and then he's next to him as well.
It's just like anyone can play anybody in this film, and I don't care.
He's dressed like a leprechaun as well. as I
Yeah, he's got
remember.
the green
Well,
wing
no,
and
he's
the eye patch.
wearing his home base uniform.
We'll see this character
This is-
now.
here it is.
We've built it all up.
Right.
Were you impressed? I hope so.
God, the guy looks like a leprechaun.
He's brilliant.
Where did the green
And you
hat
look so self-satisfied. It's like, yeah, check out my friend.
I'm proud to hang with this
But
motherfucker.
it's Nick stuck in a bed again.
I remember trying to get that shot right
Oh,
for
yeah,
so
spinning
long.
the camera on the
There's
string.
so many outtakes
And you'd already
outside,
you'd
isn't
positioned the ashtray to make it look proper as well.
Yeah. I've got to even the smoking.
Attention
kills.
to detail here, ladies and
I've
gentlemen.
even put like my army darkness in the atmospheres just to prove that the homage and everything.
The green line.
There's always Pepsi product placement in my
Yeah.
films. There has to be. So like I pretty much am a
Still aiming
spokesman
for that lifetime supply, huh?
Well, yeah.
Tom got really freaked out by my makeup this evening.
Yeah,
I kept
he
going
didn't
upstairs
like
and
it.
saying, "Hi, Tom," and he's like, "Ah, it's creeping me out."
This was
He was easily
shot out of
scared,
context
wasn't
as
he?
well, wasn't it? You were just like, right, Nick, I want you to pull up the duvet. Now I want you to say this line, say that
All the
line.
bits
Everything that I
Chris-
say, she's asleep, so I'm trying to not be too loud in case I wake her. And I'm fucked off my. I've just sat there smoking joints going, I've got to film myself and trying to write down script ideas. So the more stoned I get, the more funny the ideas are. I'm quite glad I don't. I've,
More funny
first
they
gay
sound.
joke.
I'm not worthy.
There's a lot more gay jokes in this one than there was in the second.
Now that people watch this with me and I don't have a girlfriend, I'm trying to explain that you were there when I shot all the scenes and it's far more questionable than all the answers, really.
I
Um,
like the having to leave her as the house pet with the creepy hair and
my
stuff.
hair
It's-
dragging out. We had to
Go make
retake
some
that so many
tea.
times because you kept complaining I was pulling my hair out too quickly.
Hey, there's a certain style to these films. Don't mess it, or the back of your face will be magnetized the back of my hand.
And we got some plot
Oh,
exposition
yes,
coming up.
yeah.
This is all plot explanation. I was-
Before Johnny, where is Johnny?
Where's everybody? What's been going on? What was the second one about anyway?
Yeah, that was basically it, wasn't it?
There's
This
like
is
20 minutes of explanation in the middle of it, really,
this
And I
isn't
is
it?
still
just-
haven't really made it that clear.
This was the
Not really.
footage, the only footage we had of Johnny, and
It's
Chris
nice,
had
it's
to
like-
use it
It's
somehow.
like, it's like archive footage, isn't it? You know, like when they do
Yeah.
flashbacks and they have sepia tones and stuff. It's like our flashbacks.
My
It's just shit
Betamax
picture
quality.
quality. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you redo the Ewoks for this?
It's going to be redone. I'm going
We'll
to properly
see in a
blue
second,
screen
yeah.
myself.
Jake, you'll have to
This
wait.
isn't the remastered
And
print.
you actually were there.
I was
behind
holding the green dog, yes, and Johnny
Yeah, we
kept
saw that
laughing, and it took
proof.
20 things. See outtakes for more information. That's exciting. It's Chris
I love the
sitting in a
lighting
chair.
that I was left
It's
to
a
torch
service
on the
we
floor.
provide here.
Chris has just descended into sort of Kevin Smith plot exposition of
Yeah.
just having somebody sat in a chair explaining the entire
Little
story.
soliloquy chunks.
It's
yeah.
like the end of like Vanilla Sky.
How do I
that's
explain
Yeah.
what's going on?
I do like the fact you didn't trust any one of us to do it either, so it's just you talking. You've got more
Well,
like.
no one else could understand.
Well,
the
yeah,
plot.
it's true.
I can sit there for about 3 hours trying to explain the plot line of Darkness, and by the end of it, I just go, they turn to chavs because they're stupid. They just start laughing and going, that bit's at least good.
So, it's very emotional now, and the deep dark red lighting symbolising the intensity of the organic process that Chris is
Oh,
going
yeah.
Underlining the
How
late
bad it is.
hour at which this was filmed and
Yeah.
the fragile state of mind
Oh,
that Chris is in
flashbacks
while
to
he's
Darkness
recording
2.
it.
In a different ratio, I like that.
I know the widescreen bars merging with your face. You gotta love that.
That's how
Again,
a professional film is
This,
done.
this really doesn't have that much to do with the story. It's just like, look, these are the best gore clips from Darkness 2. If I put them in Darkness 3, you don't need to watch Darkness 2 anymore.
But do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wicked.
Oh yeah, we should probably be like trying to sell this. Back.
Yeah, man. All the royalties we're gonna get.
Yeah.
That fucking time we...
Now this is
Hey,
the scene which
montage.
Chris came up with and Shaun of the Dead nicked.
Oh, it's very true. I really was
We
pissed off.
did it first.
But I always want a cup of tea after I watch this fucking bit. So.
When did you make this? What year?
2003.
3.
Three.
Our third year of university.
Yeah, it's-
Or second year of university. No, it was our third year.
It was our
Second
third
We
year.
were all so fucked. Fuck
So it
that
wasn't the
deal.
90s then. Fuck, where have I been?
No, we made Darkness 2 at the end of the first year, though.
That was 2001, so yeah, it's 2003.
Yeah.
God, this seems long.
God, you're still explaining the plot.
I'm sorry about being on a planet and
You're
killing
still
things.
sat in this chair.
It's not that boring though. all
It's
things
quite fun.
considered,
It's just
yeah.
the commentary that's dull.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
And Chris is sat in the chair,
Yeah.
and the small Chris in the chair. Oh, here's the Ewoks.
Hey.
I really have a thing against Ewoks and any excuse to fucking blow forward their heads
My
apart.
amusement to this scene was that you would rant on for ages and you can't really hear yourself, and suddenly it kind of turns into murmurs, and then suddenly it comes up with a load of Ewoks getting shot, and you going, yeah, it was pretty fucking funny. And it's just like, for people who are watching it, go, what was he saying? What was he saying? I don't know, but it was pretty fucking funny, whatever it was. And Ewoks lost their lives.
And because the music builds up as well, doesn't it? So you get this sort of
Yeah.
guitar solos and whatnot from the Crow. I love this. Where are we? We're in Hayes.
I don't know why I'm just crouched. Ah, here's
This-
Whatever
why-
happened to Basil?
Kiddie porn.
I had to do the
Kiddie
pantomimes.
pantomime.
When they pull people not being able to
Yeah,
shoot in
how funny
pantomimes
is
for
that?
people slapping off over kids dressed as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it disturbed me on a new level, but I like the idea that in the future people would be hunting it on the net.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Can I go St Mary's
Effects,
Primary School?
effects.
I didn't know how to fuck, because I wanted him escaping police, and it took me a long time to even come up with this shit
That's
idea.
quite nice.
I think it's fair. Well, you know what's going on, don't you? Oh, it's Aaron's cameo.
Yeah, I wanted a cameo. I
Oh
really.
no, and this is the bit you said
The
you
badger
dubbed
man.
me and you didn't.
Oh yeah, so
What?
you're actually talking English, whereas like for the rest of it, you.
And that was the day we couldn't be bothered to do all the latex as well, so my makeup's not quite as good as
And
you.
you've got
Do
direct
love the
fucking
disturbed
sunlight
hoodie
on.
though. The disturbed across the front of it just works.
You look dark as hell, man. Oh my goth little girl. This whole subplot about the plant is stolen from a Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles plot. There's a great bit where just Splinter comes in and goes, "What is this? There's a plant! Oh my god, it's gonna kill us all!"
You're gonna deafen your perform with the sound
Sorry.
there.
But it's true. What happened?
Oh look, you said you dubbed me.
I lied.
This
I lied
is
to a
all-
lot of you in this film.
This was all really early on, wasn't it? When
This was
with the
way
filming and
And clothes are going to change to the.
Yeah.
It's going to turn to the
Because
first
we
scene
did-
we ever shot.
Classic lack of
No,
continuity.
because this was
there.
late.
your clothes change so badly, don't they?
Yeah, well that's because I wasn't around all the time
I
for
know.
filming because I had a job so that we could actually pay for some of the stuff that we needed to make this
Yeah.
film.
Does that make you feel like a financier?
Yeah.
Yeah, like food.
Look, see, I'm wearing pajamas now.
It's great from black to pink, isn't it? It doesn't get much more
It
contrasting
absolutely
than
caved
that.
my arms, you guys lifting me up there as well.
I didn't enjoy that
This
bar.
was great though. Well, bath.
Because I remember I turned up that day. I was just like, I'll go and see Chris. Turn up at the door, and you answered the door covered in bubbles. It was like, I've been in the bath filming.
I play with my submarine and film Voyage Under the
I
Sea.
don't think I
and
even
a cock
batted an
monster will
eyelid.
get you.
There was no surprise there. There was just like, oh, cool.
She then managed
Chris is
to
covered in bubbles.
Oh, this is our second gay joke.
Yeah,
This
no,
was-
it-
Wasn't this the one that Carl's like mates absolutely loved? They were so proud of him for doing
yeah,
it.
they're so proud of him. Just like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. It's all about respect.
Nick getting left out of the homosexual
My Harry
activity
Potter
there.
poster in the background, I'll point out, Chris didn't have a Harry Potter poster. What happened to my Harry Potter poster?
Fuck knows.
Okay.
Did we eat it?
He's dead now.
I like the contrast of me shooting my own scenes at night
Yeah.
during all this. So,
Oh, here's the other good dubbing. Oh, it's after Chris
no,
goes,
a
isn't
bit,
it?
bit of montaging, some
I
porn.
love the porn.
Oh, have we got Super Granny
I
coming up?
was because my one's all superhero porn. I was
Well, that was
so
the whole
touched,
joke.
man.
He thinks about real women. You just bang on about comics all day. I swear you masturbate over them.
I just
Either that or
touched me
guitar
personally,
riffs
man.
or something. So
Naked guitarist.
there's
Oh,
just
this is the bit
important
nobody ever
plot
gets.
no.
point.
What do you mean? It's why they go to heaven and hell. That's designed like heaven and hell at the end.
Yeah, but people
nobody
don't
really
get
catch
that.
up to this bit. You have to remember that Chris. Are you called Chris in the movie? I don't even know.
who cares?
Chris steals
Wasn't he just gay
Nick's
alien
soul
bounty
there,
hunter?
and it kind of plays an important role later on in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
here's-
you know,
here's
it's
Nick's
using your
comic
fucking
book.
mind.
Porn.
Alright.
Comic
I ask a
book.
lot of my audience for my simple films. This is the first
Daytime,
moment in the film
nighttime,
where you can roll
daytime,
a joint.
nighttime.
There's two specific moments where it goes on for about a good 3 or 4 minutes, so you can just sit there and calmly bill up without missing any of the plot line. Other people, unfortunately, when you have no weed, like tonight, are just subjected to the entire opening theme of Supergran and me thinking about it quite in-depthly, so.
So, Chris, when did Super Gran come out?
I don't know. When I was a small babby, I was aspired to a Scottish gran that flew around. I can't remember what the fuck she did. Was Scottish and flew.
Andy Connolly sang the theme tune though.
Well, there you go. There's a trivia fact.
Before the days of him dyeing a bit of his beard a bit crazy purple, you know.
He's a crazy man.
He's a crazy top of the oh, he's just so out of it, man. I couldn't hang out with him, it'd be too much fun.
Chickadee boo.
Might die.
Yeah.
That's the end of that. If you've rolled a zoot, then well
It was
done.
quite funny just to watch everyone in the audience when we premiered this going, "The fuck is this?"
I remember there's some people
Yeah.
just going, what? Soup.
You could hear people's
Yeah.
minds working, couldn't you?
I tried to get the most oldest forgotten thing.
Fancy seeing Short Circuit 2. Fuck.
Fucking
In
brilliant
the
movie.
original one, what
it
did
was
Nick
so-
said? Oh, another gay joke. It's
Mrs.
Chris's
Who
Gran.
I will stand
is
up
wicked.
and bow down to because she's an absolute legend.
Chris
She
is
cooks a
Gran is
mean
lovely.
Sunday dinner as well.
Yeah, and she makes wonderful fudge.
I have to say, she
She
shaped
makes the
me in.
best fun.
If she hadn't existed, I wouldn't have
Here
wrote
we go.
films
Whoa,
like
whoa, whoa,
this.
Hey! It's such a black joke though, just to go from flying granny to death. That didn't work out very well, did it?
I'm sure
Chris?
in the future I'll enjoy this film less at that moment, but
Oh.
for the while I really enjoyed it. Always wanted to do a shot of that little just still of her flying into some cables and exploding and stuff. So, but I just like the idea of it just going straight to the graveyard and you're just
Oh
like,
no, it's Basil with the gun.
yeah.
And you're brilliant gun players.
No,
from
my
Fireworks.
favourite joke of just getting you to fetch a Batmobile. You love Batman, so it's just like anyone who knows you's like, yeah, you're gonna chase that. There you go. So I love this just over the top shooting. 'Cause you get this all the time, film
It's
people really close together.
It's the Scat
Scat
Man.
Man.
You gotta have Scatman John on the soundtrack. Man, bow down to the man who died of gay AIDS.
What else is Scatman's on
Chris
something
Morris.
else? Scatman's on another film soundtrack now, and I'm gonna struggle to
playing
fucking
with
remember. it. Right at the end of a commentary, I'll just blurt it out. And
Basil's gun would look more convincing if it didn't have the little orange plastic thing in
I
the
like
end.
leaving that on. I like an element of crap
like-
because I know my films are shit. So
Bizarre effect.
and just he just
I like
been
how
in the
it
grave.
closes after he shoots through it. You run up it. Where's he gone?
Well, you're not here in the place I stand in.
Nick's found the Batmobile.
I was in a tight spot for a moment.
And the plot can continue.
We're in a tight spot.
Damn, we're in a tight spot.
A bit of a, no, this is kind of my first homage to the old walking scenes of part 2 that everyone was just diabolically bored by. So I tried to interject a little bit of humour into it, see if I get away with it. Because I knew everyone's faces were just going to drop when they first
It's
saw
another
it.
walking
And that was half the
scene.
fun of putting it in, really. And I also got to show off a bit more of Brunel.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't
it's
think
so-
anyone should forget,
We
you know, the
didn't
concrete
get
city
quite
we
as
lived in.
Good shots of Lecture Centre as that. I mean, that's cracking with its big concrete pit in front
It
of
was just like a spaceship of concrete.
Well, it wasn't. It was
elaborately
meant to
over
be
the
a boat, wasn't it? Sailing the seas of knowledge, and
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Oh,
the knowledge
yeah.
kept
That's
draining.
all.
No, this bit just always confused me. I would see drunk people just standing at it going, why does it
I love his
exist?
face here. He's just like, but what do I do?
Yeah, where do I go? What?
Is
Like,
that-
if you walk off in the same direction the other path
I love
it
the
goes
moment of
against
realisation
it.
Yeah, it
when
does.
He just starts to walk all the way around.
It's just like you think the shot's a bit too long, and that's when I can fade when he passes the
Yeah.
path. As Alan wandering away. There he goes, all good. And you think he's moved
Do
on from that
not
area.
go here.
Subliminal messaging.
It's not that subliminal, but damn, follow that advice. But I like you just cut back and he never left.
There's more of Brunel
It's just
University.
that river. I've got memories because Kieran got thrown in there in a trolley.
They
and
got
stuff.
thrown in there more than once.
That
And
was
this is
great.
my mum. This was my mum's restaurant that she used to run, which she doesn't anymore. And that's my friend Danielle behind the counter. I've forgotten Danielle was in this.
No, not that. He just walks up, nicks something, walks straight
Yeah.
up, goes, I'm taking this place.
Danielle's my oldest friend since I was 11. Danielle's
Oh,
been my friend.
We actually had a
And I
set.
can't believe you dragged her into this.
She wanted to be in this. She went, your films are amazing.
This is downstairs in the restaurant,
We
going
were
into
really
the
lucky
kitchen.
to get all this. It was just something a bit different, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically I had an idea for all these scenes, and half the plot would have probably been very different had this opportunity not come up. But yeah, just having walk around going, this is my restaurant. I'm Italian gangster.
And my mum's in this as well. She-
No, I shouldn't have used your mum. That was kind of cruel of me. Can I keep kiddies in the bag? Yes.
Lovely.
Well, you'd already killed your gran by this point, so you know.
I thought, you know,
There's
no
nothing sacred, Christopher.
Apparently not. There's the fridge.
The opening of Darkness 4 is my gran beating chavs off her property with a bat. I'm gonna have. She's agreed to do it. I just like hit people as hard
That's
as you
my
can.
mum.
Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Chris, funnily enough, did film the bits with my mum separately to Basil saying, "Can I keep crack whores in the back here?"
I didn't know how your mum would find it. I didn't know her humour. I thought it was a bad way to
This-
retest the water.
This whole little montage
This
I
is
really
Hayes.
like.
This is Hayes. This is Snowball's ice cream. Would you buy one? I fucking wouldn't.
This is where we live.
It's just, it's so great. It's so disgusting.
It's true,
so
and the day was
shabby.
perfect for it because every day, even the sunny days, were like this, man.
I tell people about Hayes now as it
So
being like the
creepy.
worst place in
There's
London.
another, the
that
guy
image.
beneath her is really creepy.
Yes.
As well, actually.
And that is that cigarette smoking. thing.
Yeah, just this is where
This
we
is the
had to spend
Uxbridge
2
Road.
years of our lives. We
I
didn't
know.
deserve this.
We didn't exactly see much of the local area, did we? I mean, we sort of only went out when we
If
had
you
to.
went out, your life got threatened. I mean, remember kids used to just stop cars, wind down, and go, "Jesus loves you." Then they'd all laugh and drive off. It's a
Yeah.
threatening
Do
place.
you remember when we came back from the off license once, Jim, and those
yeah,
kids
there were
started-
about 80 of them.
Yeah.
and
and we just
one
sort
of them
like
tried
walked
to start it,
through.
and I've never seen you pipe up so quickly in your life. You were ready to have about 3 of them. I was like, "Hey, go on, son. Right, I'm having one of you as well."
Hard man Jim.
You want the small one at the back.
It's
Yeah,
that
I want a
masculine
little one
moments.
to pick on.
I love Robin's effects with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sonar. I think it's really
Has
nifty.
a sense.
Look at that wonderful poster he's putting up.
I love the poster. And the little lady was
They
going,
did the
"Why are you
best
here?"
all-day breakfasts there as well.
They fucking were a champion. Fucking. That's another fact. We everywhere we went in that town was Palestinian. It was just like I can't find Woolworth.
Anyway,
Is it not? Oh dear. Education time.
nice effect there.
I love how it goes wanted to Nick, please call Robin, and it didn't
Right
have a
line.
phone number.
Oh,
You know,
exactly.
it's just like Robin.
Get
yes.
Robin to stand in the middle of
You
the
just
street
bumped
and
into
shout,
Aaron.
"Why is this town so fucking shit?"
Oh, that's the best.
And everybody's just like, "Well, yeah." Good point.
I love
And
this. He,
sitting on the
he looks so sad. He's like he's
Well,
defeated.
he's
You know.
sitting-
I
An
will
alarm
find my
goes
brother.
off in the fucking normal soundtrack, and like these 2 people in the background, the window, are just like, "Why are you here?"
The thing is,
Yeah.
Robin is a proper actor, and so
I
he
love
takes this wonderfully
It's
seriously.
disgusting. Skip.
That's just consummate acting there.
I love that you put that thing up, Hitman.
I love that we
Cool
left it
Basil.
there. It's very nice.
Oh,
Oh, back in
right,
the restaurant
okay.
again. It's Jim's
Oh,
big
This
Again.
is my movie debut as Jim. I've been in a gas mask and big eyes before now, but until now you haven't been able to absorb my truly wonderful
Fully
screen
appreciate.
brilliance.
I do like you used the Jim Morrison poetry in the background
Yeah, I
as well.
thought it was
It's really
perfect
nice.
for this.
The dialogue is completely inaudible.
Shortly
It's just
made
like-
up for by my completely appalling acting, which takes away any credibility I may have had until
It's
now.
too bad. I had this idea of somebody's gonna meet Basil for the first time. How is Basil gonna react to that? I was just like, that was really nice. Could you do it again without your clothes on?
No.
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 It's a brilliant little put down. It's true because we haven't actually seen Basil do anything other than fight people and walk.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
you know, it's quite nice to see him like sort of flex his acting muscles.
Always very
Jim's
led by
doing a little
gangsters.
turn.
Bit of a twirl there.
Yeah, Basil's ever-changing accents come in here as well, switching between Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Michael Jackson interchangeably.
And Marlon Brando.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I love how he's got the little bib napkin that he poked
I know.
in. He really goes into his
But
characters.
he doesn't have like a little. He needs like a little plate of pasta or something. You know, he's like he's got a bib. But he hasn't
Inside a
actually eaten
poke
anything.
can.
Yeah.
They're all
Oh, this is with the massive line. Well, not the massive line, but the line. Got a picture,
Not a legal one.
not a legal one. What was the one? What was the line that just sounded so ridiculous that I kept saying? I can't
Was it where you
remember.
just went, got a pic?
Got a picture?
He does a great.
I don't
Another
know.
Hayes insult.
I'd say I don't remember the filming of this much because I got really bored because
He
like
just went
Basil
off with
kept
Danny Elfman.
Basil kept wanting to do retakes and
Yeah.
retakes,
My voice
and it
isn't
kept
good
going
enough.
like that, and it just got very
Was when
boring.
they're
And
like
we sit
like
there
CIA agents across the road with machine guns, and we're
This
walking around
restaurant
with
was
like
right
plastic
next door to
shotguns.
The American Embassy, yeah, so
Yeah.
they were armed police, and I did have to go and chat to them and explain that we weren't really trying to shoot at the American Embassy.
but you fail. Oh, oh, hello. This intermission was great. This had people clapping in the like in our little premiere, didn't it?
Oh, no, the little
It's got to make
child
you
is
so
dead.
sad that this intermission, I think people sort of reacted better to it than the actual movie.
True, everyone loves a bit of claymation though.
Hey!
Chris, I'm sure you must have absolutely hated me for this because I chose a piece of music that you spent hours trying to find a way that it would work and fit the scene.
One of these days,
It's like, no, it has to be this song.
This is why the whole point was let's do a walk scene with every shit effect I can find.
The flames are particularly
bad.
dreadful.
The flames were the
Well, walking
worst.
is so retarded as well. I've never walked on film. I was like, what do you do?
I
How do you
know.
act walking? I
like
didn't
how
realise
the
that you just
effects-
walk.
The effects are just kind of for the sake of effects as well.
That's the
pink
point.
sky and. you
I'm
know.
like, I've had my boring walking scene. Let's make the
Oh,
most
let's
interesting
say-
one.
Ooh, a slide. Or every
I'm
effect Chris can
walking.
find.
I'm basically
wasn't
trying
it?
to make
Hang on a
it
minute, wait for the
as I
jump the
can.
wall
Oh,
edit.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, I'm
Here
just
we
a
go.
jump
And
the
then you'll-
wall.
Manly Jim.
You'll punch open the door as well, won't you?
Yeah, you gotta smack open that gate. No one can just push anything open in this film.
And now we get to the start of the big fights as well, don't we? After he has his
Yeah,
phone
it's
call.
like
with
you
Basil.
from
survived
now
the
on,
boring
it's
half.
just endless fighting now.
Oh, and of course the phone props that I provided
Oh,
from our generous friends at
30
O2.
phones.
I brought a big bag full of dummy phones that we use as props.
He's gonna do the phone man. Trying to work him in.
Try and keep an eye on my costume for the next 10 minutes. Watch how often it changes. It's quite amusing.
Yeah,
You will
nobody was
see.
in charge of continuity on this film.
Yes.
Well, Chris was in charge of continuity, and that's
I'm
kind of the
lean.
problem.
I'm a pothead. Why
I
leave
love this
me?
because it fades into Jim versus Nick, but there's no like Robin versus Jim. There's no Chris versus
Now,
anyone.
Nick
You
Well,
is
know.
There's gonna be chapter 1 and 2 and
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
They're whacking off in the
How
back.
do you meet somebody before a fight?
There we
What?
go.
Just
My
Jack
parents
it.
were not. Well, they sort of looked a bit worried when they saw this happening, and
You're full for showing it.
yeah, I was proud of making this film, man.
I love the jiggling of the arms. I asked you to do that, and it was so spot on because you get that little wriggle.
Yeah. Well, that's method acting. I probably prepared for the role.
And you're still beating off.
I like that. Yeah.
I know.
I'm not gonna stop because someone tells me to.
And we sprayed you with
Jim's
whipped
on
cream
his
for that,
fourth
didn't we?
costume.
This goes down the worst in all screens. People are like, "No, that's a bit too far, man. Can't have jism on a man's
Me,
face."
me getting
What
shot
about
in the knob.
shooting somebody's
Shoot-
cock?
Do you remember this? Because
Oh.
How many takes did we do? of
I
the
had to
cock?
run right back in afterwards because my cock was so cold. Just shrunk.
That's why
You
we
know.
put the French banger in the end, or all the matches and stuff, in
Yeah.
your face of fear. When I got the BB gun out, because I tried shooting it with a BB gun
There's
first.
that brilliant outtake where the it's just my sausage cock on fire.
It's
and
about
my
like
face, and I'm a bit
CGI'd
like,
it all. Didn't even use one of the natural takes in the end, so...
Nick's got a bigger
Lightsabers
rod
here,
than
as you
Jim.
can see.
Yeah, Nick begged for some lightsabers.
It's not, it's not the size that counts, it's how you use it. Look how
I
effective
like the
mine
idea if
was.
somebody just had a flick lightsaber, just this tiny little one.
You're wearing yet another outfit.
Yeah, I sort of learned very early on just to have one outfit. And it was just black. You know.
This was the weird effect that
Oh,
didn't really.
it's so
It didn't really go right, but
You can see like a bit of skull underneath it.
yeah, it was
can't
supposed to be a face splitting open. It went so horribly
This
wrong.
hurts. Even with all the padding and everything else, I still felt it go.
I think your testicles are probably the worst sufferers. I mean, what balloons, doors? What
There's
didn't
that-
you get in your fucking knackers,
There's
mate?
that lovely outtake of me getting the balloon straight in my knob.
You can freeze frame it to the moment your expression changes.
Because it doesn't burst, does it? It just hits me in the balls and bounces
Oh,
off.
it's Robin.
Oh, sonar effect, and it has a sound effect this
Spidey
time.
sense.
Too.
I
That's
do
actually
love that
Jim's
shot.
baby.
Actually, that's a great shot. Is that?
This is wicked.
Well,
But
we
you
shot this
grinding your
months
knuckles
before,
against the
it's
ground
just
as
like-
well.
The punching is just the way it's shot.
This
Oh,
is-
scraping the knuckles.
People cheered when that
Oh,
happened.
the jacket's
It
gone
was
again.
cool. It'll
And
come
it's
back.
again. And I'm wearing a different
Another
top.
jacket as well.
Completely different day. My Terminator run. That's what that was.
It's just like
Was that what that was?
Yeah, you know the liquid metal man
Look.
when he runs
Yeah.
with stupid
Check
arms.
it out. Your garden's relatively intact here. By the end of filming, this garden's fucked up.
It's just a
rod
football
scene.
pitch.
But you-
Always pay attention to that rod coming out. Chris put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah,
Nobody
'cause
ever
do you remember
notices
how many
it.
times? 'Cause it was
Oh, yeah.
always wrong, wasn't it? And you kept adjusting the angle. For
Man,
like
I'm so proud of
long.
it. Steph's favourite moment. He
Comedy bit.
always shows people
Yeah,
that
bit
first
of
going,
comedy
it's
thrown
It's
amazing.
really good.
But yeah,
Oh, this
You
is
can see the
Ultimate
garden
Fight
starting
Fest
to glow
5000,
already.
whatever it is.
it's getting pasty.
Me
but-
and Robin actually beat the crap out of
I
each
didn't
other.
do it,
for
yeah, it was
about
like
2 days
proper
straight.
long Thai boxing and shit, man. I just beat the slap out of each other.
It's really good though.
It does look quite convincing, but yes, as
That's
you say,
cool,
'cause
I
you
love
kept
that.
hitting
This is
each
like
other.
I'm enjoying
Yeah,
this fight
kick
so
me in the
much.
ribs,
Film
yeah.
into the night, and then it's daylight.
Again.
Next day again.
Love it. It's muddy.
And by this point, I've been watching my film. and I'm like, well, the continuity's so bad.
This was
fuck
wicked,
it.
Jim. All the little blows and
Oh,
whatnot.
I do like. Have you still got the outtake where Jim's got the what's it called, clothes peg on his
headbutt
nipple?
is
and
true,
just
straight
goes,
out of Yorkshire is
"Ow!"
that one.
You squeak like a girl.
I do, but you would too if you had clothes
That's
pegs on your
brilliant.
nipples.
That's
Yeah,
we
but
just
I am a
acknowledged
girl.
It was so muddy that
Yeah,
you just
man.
slid on it.
We're trying to put slides, people going back into hats, try
Yeah,
so
that
different
clothes
edits,
peg
keep
on
Yeah.
it
the
interesting.
that hurt quite a lot actually.
I was expecting you should have done a digital thing where the clip just flew off when you.
I like the way he just throws it. I've just put my little swish noise. I really enjoy it.
Ridiculous punches there, not really aimed anywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of removed in the new
Oh.
car.
Oh,
No, it's everywhere. It's brilliant.
oh, the crotch
Yeah,
stomp.
real thing. There's just a lot of testicle jokes in this
Yeah.
and gay jokes. I was just feeling
Well,
it
it's
at the
like,
time.
It's like Kevin Smith for gay jokes. isn't it?
Yeah, I just went. You know, the last one was a heterosexual movie, so I just thought it'd be funny to play this one gay. And in the last one, I want to do like, you know, me as an anti-smoking guy. Every time somebody puts in a cigarette, I'll take it out, snap it, and go, "It's
Yeah.
bad for you."
I was slightly worried though, because I was at work all day and I'd just come home and you'd been doing all this homoerotic stuff with all the boys all day.
Hey,
I was
sat in the
neglecting
bath
you,
with
clearly.
Jim, right? There's
Spending
nothing wrong
time with the
that.
boys. That shot when Jim kicks Robin and Robin goes da 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 da. That's
I've always
awesome.
enjoyed human stop-start animation.
John
I want
Wayne
to get
Haymaker
more in.
there. There it is.
That was like
Learned
my great
straight
shot.
from
I'm
the
like,
old.
chair,
Tripod!
Yeah,
You never remember to move
You
the
can-
tripod out the way.
I was going to play a count the tripod game in the corner, a little counter turn.
Oh, look,
down.
this is
Nick.
the
Straight
dangerous
back
bit where I had to jump on Jim, and like, we
I
thought we
was-
broke Jim's neck.
Yeah,
and
we
I
were a
fell
little
all over the
concerned,
place.
so we just left him there.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste camera battery, so you know.
It kicks me as well. It was like, is he alive?
I'm
Probably not.
You know, I just want to be sure of these things.
Do like that shot with the sun there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, it's Chris.
That
I-
effect still
I
makes
really
me raw.
enjoyed this fight because. Well,
Oh, here we go. Hang on a minute.
Oh, we need to have.
Oh, the gay
Wait,
Wait,
bit.
there's an actual
go.
background between two of these characters.
Do you remember the screams though? People were like,
I
it's
know.
Chris. Chris
So
is
many
giving
people-
Jim head.
I know people didn't realise.
How
You
can
know.
that be?
I know, it's just
Yeah.
like Jim turned up, my most manly
Oh.
friend, and I'm just like, do you want to sit in a bath together? And he just looks at me for about 3 seconds, then just starts laughing, goes, "Fuck yeah!"
And here's Jim crying.
I was like, yeah, it's because I've used
Why?
you.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
don't like being
favourite
used,
line.
man. You used me.
This
You
was-
made me stand outside and shout that on the top of my voice about 8 times in a row. And people are coming out of their doors and going, what the
Now
fuck?
Chris is about to make Nick into a paraplegic for no good reason.
The most fun I had filming because I got fucked up.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
was just
great.
like, I need. So you were always around the most, and you loved gore all over you. I was like, well, done.
Well, I wasn't really very good with the fights. It always looked really fake when I fight anyone, so I
Yeah.
thought I'd just go for the gore.
Well, there's a lot of. I didn't have much fucking mortician's wax this, so I had to do a lot more bullet wounds, and I
Yeah.
just love the idea of just having somebody's face split open by an axe. And then I got a bit carried away, to say the least, really.
There's a great splatter on the blood on that one and the next
Yeah.
one as well.
That's brilliant. Just the way it all slides out. I almost, in one of the outtakes, you always take your chest out there. I always feel so bad when I watch it.
It's
I was
just.
like, I would kill my
It
friend.
was so hard trying to hide my body
Oh,
parts
no,
by
this-
the end. I
yeah.
was just
This
like,
bit,
there's
Robin
not a
really
lot
was
to go.
smacking you around the
I
head.
remember
I
it
lost
turned
my
out-
hearing at this
I
point.
remember
turned
because
up
I
at the end
filmed
of the
some
day
of
of this.
I
and you
Yeah,
weren't
filmed
I lost
these
my hearing.
bits. I was filming this bit going, oh, I can't watch you getting smacked in the head anymore.
This is my favourite effect in the film. I think it's so cool where you run up and kick him in the face.
So many people are so impressed. They're like, how'd you do that? You're like, why do you think there's 12 edits? Like,
Yeah.
do nothing.
I like Carl's effect here where he
yeah.
And he
Flips down.
grabs the washing line at the end. That
And
was
just
nice.
stops it.
Nice touch, was that?
I was like, I really was proud of that. I thought it worked out a lot better, man. Just like, yeah, just have Cole flip off a roof, stop a little vine and go in there and fuck you up with a pole.
I like that.
Ow.
Watch it. Sorry.
That's the idea. Just got a paraplegic that whines. You know, why can't I fight?
Ooh.
That's a nice little trio.
Oh, I
love
That's
that.
good stuff.
it's up there with the pole one.
It's like Robin has a sixth sense, and now he can make weapons
Yeah,
with his
exactly.
hands. It's like,
you know,
learn
my
as
mum-
you go, really.
when I showed this to my parents, my mum just said, "It's a bit like Thundercats, isn't it?"
I think
That's the best kind of compliment you could ask.
I know.
Instead of bet you sniffed this as a tagline, I think that should be it.
What,
A bit like
A bit like
Could
Thundercats.
we quote Nick's mum?
I like the idea of broken wood and kneecapping.
There's that lovely bit of weed past the bit where Robin
Oh, there's
scratches.
you in the box.
Yeah, I think it's coming up now.
This bit is.
I did loads of makeup on the arm for it.
It was really cool. It
There we
looks
go.
this bit just looks.
Oh.
It looks
sore.
so sore, yeah. I love this where he gets kicked as well.
That's
He
so
jumps
cool.
so high in the air.
It's good because the thing that's is really good in parts of this fight scene is how it all links in together.
Yeah,
Because
Did
you
he
need
actually hurt his shin there?
probably.
Yeah.
Quite clearly.
few people
Everyone
that
got hurt in this
I
film.
love that you have to do the cape swish.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just endless pain for
I like
everyone.
how you and I had the same costume in the film as well.
So I want a trench coat, but I'm wearing a trench coat. Well,
Oh,
fine.
very well, we were both have trench coats.
And
I
now
haven't
Chris
worn that
goes
one
to
since
make
it's
tea
ruined.
rather than getting involved in a fight.
I like there being this subplot all about tea in this, because
It makes
Fuck
it
it, I
British.
drink a
It
lot of
gives it
tea.
identity. you know.
well, this is the whole point. It's just ploughing me into a film. You couldn't be any more self-indulgent, to tell the truth. I don't explain any of my references or jokes, and I don't have to. I'm just like, fuck you, you don't get it? It's more funny to me. I love watching everyone come up with a small little concept. I just go away, let you guys play, you come back and go, so what you got?
It was
we
nice.
beat the shit
actually.
out of each other for half an
It's
hour and
like,
film it.
I remember there was a point later on where this effect's cool with Carl's sticking a bit.
Oh, yeah, the
But-
fucking turning it to metal.
Mm.
It worked out so much better than I
It's
wanted.
lovely, beautiful lens flare. on
My
it.
favourite bit is where Jim turns up and just has that grin of, I've got an effect going on.
Yeah.
I've got one too. Don't leave me out. I want an effecty poly that's going to be bigger than it was and go purple and cool.
With the making suggestions, there's a lovely bit when we're filming, Basil and Carl's fight at the end,
Yeah.
where Carl pushes off and he's like, "Well, look, we just filmed my top half doing this. It look like I'm flying towards it."
I did as well, didn't we?
This is where I'm just like, yeah, it's been going on a while now. Better have some good music, pump
Yeah.
you back in.
There it
There
is.
it is.
And everyone was like, why have you got Kid Rock on it? And I still think this is the best music to work to it. Every time I edited it, everything worked out so perfectly. Damn straight you want tea.
Just in case anyone's forgotten what's
The
happened to
best bit
Chris.
is the "Are you scared?" That bit, yeah, love it. Oh, I'm back. I can't do those flips anymore. I tried today.
Yeah, I
I don't
saw
know,
you.
you
fall off.
Fell over.
I had a friend who kicked himself in the back of the head doing one of those things. I still don't know how.
There
Like
you
we're
go.
now kicking himself.
I'm so happy. I've
Wong.
got it.
Yeah, you're just looking at it going, yes. And this is like my chance to ever do a martial arts film with more than 2 people.
I love the little flash effect there when he hits you guys.
Yeah, just try to make it a bit more cool.
I did enjoy this bit. This was quite fun to film. Yeah?
I'm gonna catch
This
the
is
lunch
my
hour.
homage to Indiana Jones.
Yes, I caught it.
Yeah, see, I can do this bit. Look,
No,
fuck you.
that's right,
Oh, bollocks to them. Oh,
It just
rubbish.
descends into a bit of a brawl, doesn't it? Just everyone just kicking and
Yeah.
punching each other. It's great.
It's just like,
Jim's on a bit of a roll here.
I'd say at this point, anybody who's not a bloke in the room tends to have lost any interest in the film because there's just been fighting going on for about an hour now.
Like,
I got beaten
oh,
there.
the fireball. It was the bit that everyone had to watch it again afterwards to go, oh yeah, it was a
I
fun.
fucked up here. I can't remember what I did.
It hits your knee, doesn't it?
I was supposed to do something.
Basically,
it's
it's just
punk.
that it was a split screen shot and I couldn't use you on the other side of it, so. But I put on so many effects on Carl, I thought the attention would be taken off you. That was basically my plan with that.
Jim's running
This-
away.
My new tactic, run away!
Stamp on
He
Carl,
just
I
looks
love
so vicious when he does
it.
it.
I was like this, I've got tea and I'm so happy. The weak
Call
willed
me.
man.
You lie.
I love that. Everywhere.
My tea.
And you can tell it's tea.
Oh, alright, we're back to some actual plot and dialogue now.
This
Here's the turtles.
this is almost reference for reference Turtles, the dialogue. Only Robin could have pulled this off.
I love this.
Giving birth, of course, to the
Beautiful.
timeless tagline of Bet you've sniffed it.
I look deadly.
What the fuck are you talking about? I think so many people in the audience are asking that question many times during this film.
And
like-
the point is, he
Here we
does
go.
sniff
I
it,
think
even
we're
though it's
about to-
deadly.
Its effects have been used on
Bet
you.
you've sniffed it.
And I also love the fact that, you know, there is a virus out there because of like Tallulah and that, but then there's also this extra virus because of the plant, you know.
Yeah, it was already a bit odd, and then I sniffed it. And it's my room.
As the alien that always put a new speech bubble on for people every
Yeah,
day,
that
so I
was
can wake up and
brilliant.
see him saying,
Oh yeah, this is
This-
my lame. I've got no makeup or costume in about 2 seconds to film it, so just tap Robin into the bathroom
And
with
just
my
put the
hair
hair
in front of
all
my
over your
face.
face.
This effect where his belly grows and bursts was so good. It's so much fun pitching that balloon at him as well.
yeah. I always like having little monsters
Here it goes.
and stuff.
Uh,
The refectory was evil food. They used to do. Oh, man.
It just butterflies everywhere.
and there's a goblin.
Yeah, the refectory used to do that fucking scrambled egg that looked like brain matter in the morning. It was
Yeah.
literally grey.
The grey rubber stuff.
This was brilliant.
The finger.
Yeah,
Stop
just
pointing
the
at the
shadow
enemies,
is
yeah.
perfect, you know.
Fag, isn't it?
Ouch.
It's like this idea of, yeah, we've got a plan for you. We've got a place where you can put the undead, you know.
In the cupboard.
Yeah, fucking in the cupboard with you now. You've just given birth to a boglin. Been a trying day for you.
Leave you in the cupboard with me.
You'll be fine.
You caught my hair in the door in one of those
Yeah.
takes, and it really hurt.
This,
So you
this,
know.
this was more just an outtake anyway, of just people just filming. I'm just like, is it more blood and brain? 'Cause that's how I feel after all these gore films. I've got to clean it up.
But I like that. It just
Oh, I
sort of
love
makes it a bit
this.
sillier, a bit more
love
domestic, you
Carl
know.
in the
Oh, I'm
gore.
cleaning up after the gore
Get the
fest.
fuck
you know.
out of here, please.
That's what I'd say to a fucked up little monster.
it's-
Get the fuck out of my house.
This is to the CKY freestyle as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which
I
is
love
brilliant.
that freestyle. So many people ask me how I do that shot. It was just push the arm up. It wasn't a challenge. I like the
This-
blue screening at the background
Wasn't
of me.
this just a drunken afternoon where we just
Yeah, we
went-
did this
yeah,
months before
we
the
did,
film,
didn't we?
man.
It's
It was
just
just
for
like, we
shits and
use it.
giggles.
I did enjoy
I'm
that.
sure that's like our Sam Raimi Evil Dead Zoom tribute thing.
Yeah. That's like the shot of it going up with the string attached to its eyes.
I know.
It's
It's
just
the only
shameless.
place where it fit. If it was its hand, it wouldn't have looked good at all.
There'll be more about him later.
Oh, Jimmy,
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
back
I'm
in the
back.
restaurant.
I have a hat on
And he
to
still doesn't
distinguish
work,
the fact
Kenny.
that it's later on in the plot.
Maybe it covers your bruises, which we didn't apply through makeup.
Ah, you see, very clever. Budget filmmaking.
Yeah.
You kind of have to
Well,
cut
it's
corners
smart, guys.
occasionally.
Yeah.
What I like is we shot this on the same day and we've gone back to it later. Because usually with a film like me, I'd have to go, we've got to go back, I've thought of another scene.
It's true. You were pretty
You
good on
actually
that one.
planned for this quite well. You guys,
And now Sharon. This is literally
Oh.
my favourite scene of
This
the
went down
film.
so
I
well.
see. I
we
wanna
shot-
see this.
We tried to get out to it all day. I can't remember if it was you or somebody didn't come round. It didn't get off the ground, and then the area I wanted to film in when we finally made Brunel, as it was getting
Right.
dark, was under construction that week, and it all closed
I'm
off to
just
us.
going to leave the room for a second, but carry on without me.
That's right. Oh, this is a film. This
This is
almost
me
didn't make it
masturba-
in.
The masturbating in the garden.
Time on the tape, by the way. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
I fell
here
asleep
we
in this
go.
little bit of grass one night coming out of the academy and got
did.
drunk and just woke up there going, it's cold and I'm outside, I'm hungover.
But it's a little bit zen, that garden, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We were
brilliant.
so surprised to find this little green,
Yeah.
mossy, very zen plant sort of enclave.
Well, the other place that I had
Sharon
planned.
really shows her mettle here. She's an absolute legend actress. She just shone in this scene.
I couldn't believe how perfect it was.
I love the hold the Tesco baby carrots or be doomed.
She's
It's
got a
just
really clear
quality.
voice. She's great at shouting. She had that Zim quality of just suddenly shouting something.
And the fact it's the crisscross as well. And Carl's in the background in a couple of shots here as well. One
Carl's
where,
always in the background. He's in the background when you get your cock shut off.
yeah.
Just standing there.
He is.
And he was like my black man in the background. You've always got one of them in a bar, so have him in any shot. It was only because
Your jump off is really good as well.
yeah, we shot this in about 2 hours, and by the next day I'd edited it. And it
Oh, I
remember
missed the
some-
beginning of this.
Some twats were giving us lip when you were doing your
Yeah,
foot in there.
what we're
You can
doing.
hear like,
You're like,
"Oh my God."
you can insult us,
Hey,
but we're
drop
making a
the
film.
hat!
I love this. You have failed.
No, it was
Take
like
a
based
beat.
on an actual film. That bit.
You were just saying to Sharon, just hit me, weren't you? By
Yeah.
that point, just fucking go for it.
Oh, there we go.
Tesco's mini carrots. Baby carrots, sorry.
Or be doomed.
It's one of those things where I'm really testing the audience of where their humour's at, if they're with me or just a little bit
Yeah.
lost.
I love it. She falls off after the second
You've
one.
got to keep that,
Oh,
those kind of
wait,
takes
wait,
in,
wait,
man.
wait.
It's all going well,
Yeah,
and
bye, Sharon.
nah, fuck it.
Oh,
we left Jim for how long?
because you can hear in the outtakes.
We're just
Everyone
talking
chatting
shit.
over the camera. Jim's running between the trees and doesn't realise no one's paying any attention to him.
Like 7 minutes.
Oh,
or
were we rolling?
Here we go.
I'm still running between trees. I was quite happy though. I was just in my element.
It's a good day.
Keeps you well entertained.
I'm a ninja.
That wasn't the main lecture centre building, though. Interesting
love
fact.
Interesting factoid of the day. That wasn't our main building. Putting up with the hood, obviously symbolic of me
Yes.
passing my training. I am now a true ninja.
Clearly.
Not that it does you very well later on, does it? I mean, just means you get to have a sword
Got
fight,
my
you know what I
all-
mean?
All trained.
But to be
Get
fair,
the
you don't really
crap
use your
kicked out
stealth
of me.
skills, do you? You
No,
know?
I fly through the door.
which you didn't cover in training as well. I would have expected to see that in the montage. but
How
never.
often in these martial art films do you get the guy who trains them do all the... They just sit there and go, do this, and beat them heavily if they don't, but they never do a thing themselves.
This head joke.
Do you-
I remember when we watched.
I'm
When
not
when we
actually
had.
under the duvet, I'd like to point out.
No, I was using another person who was around at the time.
You were using a cushion, is
When,
the sad
when we,
thing.
when we did the premiere, people were sort of
Back in
like,
the day.
"Who's
Yeah.
down there?" They were just trying to guess, and I
Well,
remember.
was it Jim?
Well,
Well,
it's got his gay jokes.
I know,
Everyone's
that was
expecting
it.
a man.
I remember
so-
Politics John sort of leant forward and went, "Nick, I hope that's not you." Under there." And then Robin comes out, and I'm like, "Shit, Robin's not there. Maybe it is me." I don't remember filming that.
You know Chris will fix
I
it anyway.
I
exactly.
love this KFC jokes because Cole always well bought KFC. I like the idea you just go around this fucked up house going, so what you want? What are you feeding for
I
supper?
love- like he just lifts it up and then just goes.
That was
close.
perfect. Yeah. Back to how you were.
Oh, Robin's such a good actor. He's going to be famous one day and we'll have him in all this crap.
Blackmail's a terrible thing.
I like these strange cutaways like that, like the lovely daddy and
Yeah.
otherwise like suddenly you shout something, emphasize. I like that. That's a sound bridge. The first one I used in there. Sound of a door to him hitting the table.
Yeah,
And
that
like
for
Usual
students,
Suspects
this
use
is
that.
important
That's a
stuff.
good film.
They do a lovely one in Fight Club as well, where he throws a report at his boss and it lands in the tray. It makes a
Yeah.
splosh sound, the same as when Tyler's in the bar.
Oh, and here's
This creep people out.
Yeah, I
Grudge.
did. And what I should do, man. This creeped the fuck out of me, man. But I'm like, you've got to think, why is he looking so confused? It's like, no.
You know, the first Ju-on stayed with me for months after I watched it.
So
I
did I. It
'cause
cost
we
me
were,
20 quid.
we were
Rip
really.
off.
Sorry,
like, high,
I'm just
weren't
making
we,
the
as well?
creepy grudge
Yeah.
noises.
It's alright,
I
you
liked
carry
making
on.
the noises from the grudge.
You just get that scene in The Grudge where she looks under and there's someone under the bed, and it scared me so much. I thought, if I make light of that scene in my film, I'll get over it.
Did it work?
Not really, but I'll always remember this. So,
Your face. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Do
baby.
it good, baby.
This is a bit of my camera work here. Check it out. This is
Yeah,
like
it's very rare me and Chris
fucking
are
Oscar
actually
for
both on the screen
cinematography
at the same time.
I better explain. I do tell women that I think that men's semen does. give
And
them
I'm
special
flying.
I love that. 'cause
Super
you're
flight. Look at my
feeling
face. Woo.
that. Yeah. Ooh,
This is quite a lot of fun. My brief was to kill Robin.
Well, when we
So I
were
didn't really-
around-
I
I love
hurt
that
my
that
hand.
You hurt your hand on his face.
We shot all of this stuff in one night at the end. This was all pushing it because
I
we ran
love
out of time.
this, but that's a really great shot, but I love when you stab him because it's just like we just made a fake Robin and filled him
really
with blood.
bad. I love that. That's a top
You
smack.
did this deliberately. I go Tallulah and Basil, whatever.
Where
Where
are
are
they?
they?
And
And
you
you
can't
cut
hear
the
all
sound
that.
of the explanation,
I
didn't
just
you?
thought it was funnier
So you just
without
go,
it.
"Oh, no, and you're pointing,
then I'll run
giving
outside.
directions. Then I shall run outside. You've no idea why. It's just like, well,
So I'll
that's
give
brilliant.
directions.
I'm off. I'm running outside.
What were you
now.
saying? Was it like, alright, if you take a left after this?
So I think they're out in the garden or
This is
something.
where you had the professional lights for one night.
Yeah.
But we had to cut this sword fight short, didn't we? Because
We just fucked the
up.
swords
Because
badly.
the one that you had, the World War II
This
sword was
sword.
fine,
Well, that's
and the other
Brown's
one was
sword.
really soft.
Well, yeah, one's from World War II, one's from the internet. So, you know, it's like...
It's internet.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
am a
insane.
psychotic bastard.
And this is why I've been looking forward to this the whole film. I
There's
really
some
have.
lovely like flares on the sword blades as well.
Yeah. And I'm very proud of my high kick.
Plus, we get the return of our friend the Boglin as well in a little bit.
Yeah,
which is
we
nice.
boys. This is my manhunt. We lived inside the manhunt, and Jim left me after 2 days, and I spent it for about another 2 days. Literally didn't leave the house. Went out to Co-op to buy something, and this chav was just giving lip to somebody, and I saw a plastic bag on the floor, and I went, "I've been playing this game too long."
Oh, actually, there's a bit coming up now where here
Nearly killed Chris.
I
Cracked me in the face
actually punched him in the face
there.
there.
That was it. You
The
properly
second
cracked me
The
up.
outtakes
Felt like
were
I'd lost teeth.
The outtakes were worrying because you're taking this bag off your face with all that blood.
Yeah,
and
I
it-
couldn't
it-
really
obviously it
breathe
was
properly
fake,
either.
But you just looked like
I really
fucked
thought
up.
I'd hurt him quite horrifically.
Love that nut. Yeah. I like the fact that the boggling is pointless.
I love how you get the hood down as well, so you can chop him in the head by
Jim's dead.
pulling
Jim
it
is dead.
down. No more Jim.
No more Jim.
That was over. I love the way he's got no legs there.
Right, I'm dead. Can I leave this whole commentary thing now? My character's
No,
It's
no.
dead.
like the Deep Blue Sea. Well, I guess I'm gone. I'm Samuel Jackson. I've been eaten by a shark.
Basil's
Basil's
massive
beard. He
beard.
disappears in 1 second. Turns up for the last day of the shoot after a whole film with a beard.
You kind of felt like going, Baz, here's a razor and some shaving foam. Come back in
Nick's,
20
Nick's
minutes.
dead.
Hey!
Nick's head is
Actually,
I was
Nick's
like,
not dead though,
How
is
do
he?
you get somebody
No,
run
it's-
over? Just have somebody returning from their KFC run. Just
You're twitching under the car as well. I love that. It twitches.
People really love the car bit. Like, how do you do that? I'm like, I can really see the split screen lines. Like, it's terrible.
So many takes of me dying
Tripod.
onto the-
I don't
Yeah.
tripod. Just run away from the man with the shotgun. Twitching, buddy.
Twitching.
Need to twitch.
Same bit twitching all the time.
Damn you, stop the twitch. Love that shot.
No idea what he's saying.
Do stop twitching.
I
In a
really,
perfect English
Oh, he's saying,
accent.
"Oh,
for
do stop twitching." Yeah, yeah.
after spending months being Italian, he's suddenly British.
Back to it again. It's all
Yeah.
good.
You couldn't really direct Basil. Though.
I didn't
He just
care,
sort of
he
did
just
whatever he wanted
oozes-
anyway.
He just looked perfect on the camera, whatever I did.
He was
Oh, he's
the
great.
most interesting guy, wasn't he? You tried to know him.
It's the fact that he's not acting. That is him. When I met him, he just was walking around doing Al Pacino quotes
We
to
should
people,
probably
saying
add
he'd
that-
fuck them up and then give them their money.
We should probably mention that he's not actually a paedophile, in case anyone at home is wondering.
If you're just unsure, he doesn't actually.
I love the blood that just appears in your face and had disappeared in
Yeah.
the last shot as well.
I hated filming this bit because you kept telling me to do something and I couldn't quite get what it was. You wanted me to run down the stairs at you and apparently I wasn't doing it right.
That's the only death like someone is mourned as well. Everything else is, oh, that guy's dead.
No, not the guy in the gas mask. He was gonna eat KFC.
Oh, Wheezy.
And here we have my most look forward to fight. I've got to admit, in D2, I love the Carl and Basil fight. And the idea of having some repertoire of just this phone bit. It's like, what? Where's it? No one gets it. It's just like,
No,
it's
no.
Carl. He's a thief. You just take your fucking phone.
Is that my phone? No, it's mine.
And Carl
I
got.
love the sort of the American accent, but it's the really British. That's mine.
There you go. You want it?
I love the fact he
Carl,
just hands the gun off, so people
Yeah,
don't even notice.
that
It's
was
like-
so funny.
There you go.
Oh,
Slap. I challenge you to a duel.
And Carl
We,
looks
we
pissed
filmed this
off.
about 8 times because he kept taking about 8 minutes to just take his jacket off.
You know,
yeah, I got bored and went
too
inside.
Anyone else get the impression that's what working with like difficult actors is like? Basil sort of gave us our first taste.
It's like
really.
doing Kubrick on the receiving end with the actors just like, yeah,
Yeah.
80 takes.
It's like a nice Val Kilmer or something. This was a wicked little fight.
Yeah, there's so many little touches I wish that some of the lighting would be a
There's
bit more
those
on
sideways chops are awesome.
Yeah, I always proud how tight and how good the fucking sound effects worked out.
There was,
Pushing along.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's what we're talking about.
Catch the fists.
Jim and I were standing in the background for this with the swords up, hoping that you'd catch us in the film. Like,
I love this
remember
bit.
trying to
Oh,
creep
I remember
around?
that. Yeah, we were just kind of hoping to be right on the edge of vision as the light faded, just have people stood with swords, kind of like surrounding the. Other than the fact that I've had a fucking sword stabbed through my head at this
I
point,
love that
Nick's
scene where he
underneath a
puts-
car.
I love the idea that he puts his glasses
I
back
didn't
on.
notice it. The split
So
second, there's a
great.
freeze
There's
frame
a
of
face of
Carl's
face.
face before it gets crushed.
It's,
yeah.
it's like the proper rewind moment, isn't it?
I love that he has to put his glass back on because in this one we decided you're not allowed to see Basil's eyes at any point in this film. Like he has no soul. The underlying messages there. I have thought a little bit about this movie.
Is that sort of in the same vein as Pulp Fiction with the plaster on the back of?
Yeah,
Martha as well,
yeah,
to
pretty
say, yeah.
much.
Oh, it's not actually. He didn't actually have his soul removed. He just had a scar, so it covered
Yeah,
up
he
the
covered it up.
plaster.
He didn't like the look of it, and everyone's like, "That's where his soul was taken." Anyway, watch the Pulp Fiction commentary to learn about that. So,
Oh, that's
this is
the
where,
one
oh, you
he's-
disobey me and cheekily grin.
Yes,
Yeah.
stay right there.
This is where I just stand and shout, "I hate paedophiles" out of a window in my
Yeah, I had
street.
to film that. I was the one with the camera looking
Standing
up
on the
at
street.
Chris, who was shouting out of his window, "No paedophiles coming into my house and getting away alive!"
Oh
and
my
pointing a
gosh.
gun out the
Really?
window.
Here's your
Nixon.
heaven and hell stuff.
I like the no crippled Nazis sign. I think I throw Nazis away. I like the fact that Britney Spears is just naked on a
An
crucifix.
And
There's a
Carl's
great-
in hell.
There's a great outtake for Carl where we started filming stuff and he didn't know what was going on.
The
so
next
he-
line out of
and
his
he
mouth is, "I'm surrounded by penises."
Yeah.
It just went, "There's one in my eye, isn't there, Chris?" It's just
So
like,
I
you
wish we could've
clocked
kept
what
that
I'm
in.
doing. But how,
Everyone's dead.
yeah, it's pretty much wrapping it
Except
up.
Chris and
Ba-la-la-la.
Basil. Oh, shut up.
This is a great scratch.
Oh, look, there's me. Yeah, this is me
Oh, the
scratching
scratch.
you.
No, I did this at like 5 and no,
My
about
eye.
7 in the morning, and kids were walking to school. Gonna fall down it.
Oh, yeah, because you chase after me.
One of the outtakes, me just waving and smiling, going, "How you doing?" Someone. And I wanted it to be
Chris
so.
falling on his own.
Everyone's like, "You really overact this." I'm like, "Yeah, we're about to go back to the hospital. Just getting you ready
Yeah.
for it, really." And the quality being so awful on purpose.
Back to where the film started.
And of course, by this point, everyone's like, but the two doctors, one was like the zombie, and the other one was like
Ninja
the
trainer.
ninja master, yeah, the seafood. I thought me wearing glasses would have covered my identity, kind of Clark Kent me, but you know.
Yeah, I'm wearing glasses as well.
Exactly. And
No, to be fair, I
got a
don't-
scratch here, but my entire face is covered.
I
in
actually
bandages.
look quite different here to how I do in the rest of the film, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, in the actual Night of the Demon, his bottom of his face gets burnt off, and he has bandages around the top. Anyway, but
you're not exactly Dark Man, are you?
it's because we've just seen
Well, we
Once
go
Upon a
to
Time
the
in
Philippines.
Mexico as well, and it's such a
Yeah.
William Dafoe
This is
fucking
Nick
homage.
about- oh, Nick kept laughing
Oh,
during
that
this.
line! I'm so glad you pulled it off. It was so important to me. I like when people say too many words when
You
they
had
don't
to
have
clear us all out of the room, didn't you? Because Nick kept laughing
Yeah.
every time we were
Out,
recording.
we need real acting.
Hanging around the
Amateurs.
It was this bit.
final- Absolutely no option. Criminally insane.
Found that a long time ago. And then to explain what the fuck was that plant about, and I went, yeah, there's two bits that never made any sense: the plant and the guy who delivered it. So
I love
fuck
the
it.
belt, like it's like the supervillain costume. You know?
And a little Inspector Gadget homage.
And now we have the trailer for Anti-Chow.
After a few outtakes of Nick's testicles in pain, really,
Oh, yeah, outtakes.
and
Having
Jim's
my
first.
testicles pointed out and then punched.
I'm gonna
But
punch
that's-
here.
that's-
It was almost as though he was predicting, "I'm going to
But
punch you in the
my balls-
testicles," and then he did.
Oh, so bad.
No wonder I never had sex at you.
Incapable thanks to Darkness 3. It's, oh, I feel like this could make you.
Health and safety in the workplace, of course.
I know.
There's just two men hugging. There it is. That's where I pinched him in
Oh,
the
I'm
face.
sorry.
Nick, I didn't know
Hello.
Nick was in charge of light handling.
Cole just.
You're in a shot there, mate. Yeah.
Neither did I.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
You just
it's-
shoot the balloon and it just... wow.
Perfectly hold. That's where I almost take your entire chest out.
mate.
Do you want to say the line at any point? You know. Do you want to just carry on with the dialogue? We'll get cracking with making the movie. Filth.
My cheeky face. I'm spraying
K
this one.
script supervisor.
And somebody got shot in the face. Had a big habit of making people throw a balloon at the back of their head. I don't know what that was about. It made no sense when you cut it.
Bleeding penises.
So good.
Especially because you left that sausage in the sitting room for like a week.
For age,
cold.
in an ashtray covered in latex. It was horrible.
disgusting.
Balloons for the blood!
Unfortunately, a Boglin was brutally murdered during this production.
Wonky vision!
I used to shoot everything, and we used to call Evil Dead films Wonky Vision.
And now we get the usual treat.
It's so
We
cold.
took for that, and we didn't even make it to the final cut. That's torture.
Just too cold.
Oh yeah, we were throwing a balloon for either side. I was up and
And I
down.
just wanted to make sure that everyone knew the next one was just going to be fuck chavs. Tolerated chavs a while. I thought they were going to go
Would have
away.
been nice to have like a little bit of action maybe in this, you know,
Rather
just.
than just driving around in cars.
Oh, well, I can make a new anti-chav opening tomorrow then. That's what we can do. And the plan's already setting.
Anyway, so that was Darkness.
that is Darkness of Leafy Field. Woo!
Hey! Oh yeah, Darkness of the Leafy Field. We've
I was in
had
it.
Chris make some noise.
Woo, baby!
Wow, Nick, make a noise.
And for the
Yeah,
muffin.
mama.
Caroline, make a noise.
Yo.
Jim, I'm gonna make a noise.
Aw.
Thank you very much, everybody, for listening
Bothering to listen to this.
to
It'll
this
probably be only
late
us four,
night
whoever
drunken
listens
stoned rabbiting on of four individuals who made a movie and really enjoyed it. So I hope
to
you
this.
did
And no
as
one
well.
probably has any clue anymore of what it's about or how it was made. But
We're still talking, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey.